Hello and welcome to Kicktalk Reboot. It's on to the results. McBookie.com Super Premier Division. Beath 2, Athlone 0. Glenafton 1, Kilwinning 0. Kilburnley 2, Hulford 2. Rob 1, Cumnock 0. Pollok 4, Largs 1. Troon 0, Auchinleck 3. McBookie.com Super First Division. Clydebank 1, Kilsyth 4, Girvan 2, Cumbernauld 0, Irvine Meadow 1, Petershill 1, Maryhill 2, Yoka 4, Renfrew 6, Blantyre 1, Shotts 3, Irvine Vicks 1, and McBookie.com Ayrshire District League, Winton 3, Saltcoats 0, Craigmark 0, Davil 2, Dalry 1, Luga 0, Kello 1, Anbank 0, Maple 3, Ardeer 0, Whitlets 4, Muirkirk 2, and McBookie.com Central District First. Benbub 4, Johnston 0, Cambuslang 0, St Rochs 1, Forth 3, Rossvale 3, Larkhall 1, Greenock 1, Valeclyde 1, Thornywood 1, Wishaw 2, Neilston 0. McBookie.com Central District Second, Carluke 2, Royal Albert 0, Glasgow Pershore 4, Gartcairn 1, Lanark United 2, East Kilbride 1, St Anthony's 1, Ashfield 1, Vale of Leven 0, Dunnypace 0. And I was at the game at Newlandsfield Park in the Premier Division where it was Pollok 4, Largs Thistle 1. Pollok pulled off a storming display to comfortably overcome Basement Boys Largs Thistle in the end-up. The City Cracks had a testing first hour against the seaside opposition, but they cranked up the gears after that, and the scoreline was identical to the reverse fixture between the sides a few months ago. Now, Thistle started promisingly, nearly scored in the opening attack of the match. A deep cross from the right found James Marks, but his angled effort flew across the face of goal and it was out to safety. Pollok they were then awarded a penalty kick. Hanlon was upended in the box, but Largs keeper Sean Graham comfortably beat away side serf's penalty kick to keep the scores even. But the opening goal arrived on 36 minutes after concerted pressure from Pollok. It was a high cross from the box on the left hand side, gave the keeper Graham problems, and Daly took advantage to head home. The referee didn't initially award the goal. It appeared there was some consultation with the linesman, and eventually the goal was given. Thistle were dealt a further body blow on 47 minutes. The evergreen Robbie Winters latched onto a free kick with a quality volley from 10 yards into the top left corner, giving keeper Graham no chance. Now Thistle halved the deficit. Glenn Thompson's penalty kick was drilled home, so it was 2-1, but the City side restored their 2-goal advantage in 65 minutes. It was a long ball through, a mix-up between Thistle veteran defender Eddie Walton and Graham, with Daly nipping through to tuck into an empty goal. Daly got his hat-trick on 83 minutes, latching onto a clever crossfield pass to prod past the keeper. Largs kept working away. That their best chance for the second half was substitute Robert Love. His off-balance volley flashed across the face of goal. But Pollok had too much in the tank for Largs, and their quick, inventive forward play put Thistle's defence under pressure throughout the afternoon. As for Largs, a solid defeat for them leaves them anchored to the bottom spot for Christmas. With Tommy McConnell after a convincing victory for Pollok, you must be delighted. Professional performance.
Yeah. It's the boys have not been playing great, but I thought today we started in the right manner, and we pressed the ball, and we played the right way. So I was really pleased. It was a dominant professional performance from start to finish.
A kind of tough opening half in the way. Largs started quite well, and then Pollok had a penalty, and then had to kind of bounce off from that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes wee setbacks have been going against us recently, the last kind of month or so. But the boys bounced back and just brushed off the penalty kick miss and just played in the right manner, And I thought at half time going in 1-0, although it was a fortuitous goal. I thought it was deserved to go in at half time, and then scoring right in the first minute of the second half really made the performance a lot better.
That second goal I thought was kind of critical, and Robbie Winters took it with typical applause.
Yeah, he's a class act. People just always look at his age and stuff like that, but by God, he can play. He's a terrific professional, and he's a good guy to have about the place. And we have actually got a young team, so people like him and his brother David are helping us, bring these boys through. So but I mean the core of my team's 22, 23, 24-year-olds, so these guys are vital to try and bring them on.
In terms of, like I say, what's now the ambition for the rest of the season?
Well, we want to be competitive, at the high end of every tournament we're in. Unfortunately, we're out the Scottish Cup, by a Talbot team that deserve to beat us on the day. And but we want to try and have a go at the league. We're points behind just now, but these things can change, and we're going to compete very strongly for the West, and we're going to compete very strongly for the league and the League Cup. So, a club of Pollok standing need to, be at the higher end of all the tournaments, and that was a big ambition of mine when I came here, and I think we've got as competitive now. So long may it continue.
Right, well done today.
All the best. Thank you.
Okay, I'm with Stephen Smith from Lancers and coaching staff after today's match. A tough match in the end, but I thought Thistle were very competitive, particularly in the first half.
I think we did. We set up the same way as we did Hereford, and I think we matched Pollok. They missed a penalty, and then they obviously got a goal for the foul, which it looked to us. But either way, I think they went in 1-0, probably deserved. But we thought we were always in the game. But when you're giving away cheap goals the way we did, we should have defended the second one. Robbie Winters gets in front of Jamie McDonald, so that can't happen. It's a simple goal. Then Eddie Walton gets in fault for the third goal. Eddie Walton and Sean get a misunderstanding at third goal, so that's not great. But Arnie just said to them in there as well, if you're going to give away cheap goals, we'll never win any football matches. So we've got to learn to defend dogged the same way we did last week and be more consistent. It's just one week they're showing it and the next week they're no, and the bottom line is we're in the mire at the moment, so there's no more Saturdays off. We've got 9 games, we've got 9 cup finals to try and get them back, so hopefully the boys can respond to that.
Sure. Let us say first half, I thought James Marks had that very early chance. There were a few chances for Largs. Any thoughts about that kind of the opening chances?
I think the first chance actually came after about 45 seconds. It was that early, and maybe that's what it was. It maybe just caught Marks just off maybe a wee bit cold. But don't get me wrong, it was a glorious opportunity that early on, and goals change games. Who's to say that if we get the early goal we could have been more defensive and been difficult to beat, and maybe the crowd would have gotten Pollock's back. But that's all hearsay. You know what I mean? It's done and dusted. So I just think we need to be more dogged for now on.
Any thoughts on that opening goal for Pollok? Because there seemed to be some controversy about it.
It looked a foul to me. The way I seen it, I seen the linesman actually run away as if he gave the goal, and it confused the referee, because I don't think the referee really knew what he was doing, to be honest with you. But listen, I think they deserved to go in 1-0 anyway, whether they got the penalty or the goal or whatever. So we just got to take it in the chin.
Okay, and let's say, I don't think there's any games now towards the end of the year, but let's say it's all guns blazing now after this, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we said to them in there. We said you just can't have another game off. You can't have a bad performance, otherwise, unfortunately, Largs are done. So the quicker the boys realise how vital every game is, it's the better, because we'll be working hard. We'll be doing a lot of stuff in training to improve them, and hopefully they can respond to it.
Okay, Stephen. Right, all the best. Thanks very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Met with Meadow Park with the final score in this McBookie Premier Super League First Division match was Irvine Meadow 1, Petershill 1. Meadow went into the game determined to make amends following a surprise defeat at Girvan, which had come following a 10-game winnings run. It was an even game in the first half, with sort of play flowing from end to end in 4 minutes. Meadow in close when a Ben Black cross into the box was booted away by a Petershill defender, and then a minute later former Meadowman Chris Hall miscued a header from 8 yards from goal when he should have done better. The home side then had an opportunity from a set piece, but Ben Carson blasted his free kick straight at the visiting goalie Michael White. It ebbed and flowed for a bit, and at the other end Graham Boyd had a shot deflected away by a Petershill defender in 8 minutes, and then a 22-yard free kick from Ben Carson was then easily dealt with by the visiting defence. Petershill had a chance when a sort of free kick from ex-Meadow man Chris Wilson was scrambled away by the home defence, did well in 17 minutes, and that's it. Boyd then came close for Meadow at the other end, and Chris Hall was denied by the Meadow defence. The home goalie, Sean Newman, fumbled a 25-yard shot from Hall, but the defence dealt with the danger in 38 minutes, and then in 40 minutes a Ben Black cross was headed away with the PZ defence and into the second half, and a shot, Graham Barber shot from inside the box was headed off the line by the Petershill defender at 49 minutes, and then Jordan Willett shot high and wide from 12 yards for Meadow as he kept pushing. 70 minutes, new Meadow substitute Liam Madden found Willett. His shot was saved by the keeper. It looked like it was going to peter out into a 0-0 draw. However, Meadow had other ideas, and in 86 minutes it was a great finish from substitute super sub Greg Vernon. He sent home a lipping header from a very well flighted Ben Carson corner kick. The drama didn't end there, and just a minute later Meadow gave away a penalty when Mark McLennan caught a visiting player inside the box, and up stepped Peter Bradley to net from the spot and seal a point for the visitors. So that's Meadow end the year with a draw. It was a good game at times. You kind of feel that a draw was a fair result, because Meadow probably edged the second half of Peasy in the first half. So Meadow Park, where the final score in this bookie Super League First Division match was Irvine Meadow 1, Petershill 1.
It's a disappointing one. We've done well, we've battled well. Petershill are a good side, and they've had a good spell of pressure that we've managed to handle, and we've done it well, and I knew our chance would come to take it, to score, and we took it.
Yeah,
so it's disappointing to 1-0 aye. That's what Greg Vernon gives, you know, he's alive in the box, but it's disappointing that we got ourselves into that position and didn't see the game out, unfortunately.
Was it handball, we thought?
No, it was somebody, I think it was Mark dived in, Mark McConnell dived in and caught the attacker, unfortunately.
Yeah. You didn't dispute it then?
No, well, I didn't get a good view of it, but Mark's in there saying it was a penalty, so
right, okay.
I accept that.
Yeah.
It
was quite an even game, wasn't it?
It was a typical game in this league, you know. It was two good sides playing some good football in difficult conditions with the wind. We tried to get the ball down in the first half, but we were against it. In the second half we were far better, so I would say Petershill shaded the first and I thought we shaded the second. Probably over the piece, although in the circumstances it's hard to take. A draw is probably a fair result.
Does it feel almost like a defeat because
you absolutely, it always does. You know, we score a late goal and you just want to see it out, and we've had a kind of miss-hit clearance and we've dived in too early. It's unfortunate, but football throws these things up, and you know, we knew we were going to have to withstand a bit of pressure for Petershill once we scored, and unfortunately they've managed to get in and get the goal.
The crossbars had featured a couple of times in the first half as well. Lucky we got a bit of pinball
for both teams. I think crossbars been hit 10 times between the two today. It was a couple of saves. It was a deflected free kick. It was playing a goal mouth action for the supporters, and a lot of folk when you think maybe one each. You know, considering the amount of chances both teams had, but. Yeah, it's disappointing, but you know, if we look back and reflect, Petershill probably the best team we've played in the league so far, and a point against them, it's not the worst result. Obviously, in the position we're in, we'd want the 3, but you know, we'll not grumble too much, and it's a decent point, but we're disappointed.
You've games in hand, haven't you, against?
I think we've won. We've one game in hand. We're not looking at that now. It's too early in December to make predictions of where we'll be. Our form has been reasonably good, but we're capable of performing like Girvan at times as well. So consistency is the key for us. And
if you have to summarise that this is the end of the year now, your playing year, how do you think it's been so far?
For the half season, I would say we're probably beyond people's expectations in terms of where we've came out.
You feel you're punching above your weight?
Well, in certain degrees, a club of this size will always have massive expectations, but considering we started with a very limited budget and no players, to be in the position we're in just now, I think is great. We're not going to rest on our laurels, certainly. We've got a lot of work to do, and we'll hopefully get a bit of momentum again and go on a wee run and see where that takes us. But no, I'm delighted with so far. I think we're progressing ahead of schedule, but we know we need to keep our eye on the ball and not get complacent.
Stewart McConnell for Kicktalk, and a Merry Christmas to all our listeners.